Problem on the projection of cones. So in this second problem, we are having a cone of diameter 50 mm and axis 60 mm long, resting on one of the end generators such that the axis appears to be inclined and so on. So now I told you in general, whenever any of these cones rest on HP on its base, the top view is a circle and front view is a triangle. So exactly similar to the first question we did, we will have the top view of the solid, a circle, and front view an isosceles triangle. So let me mark the XY line. Mark XY, VP, HP, and this is the line point Y. So the top view, I am placing the lamina on the solid on HP, such that the top view is a circle and front view you can see a triangle. The triangle will have this height 50 mm vertical height, and these are the two end generators. This base will be having a length equal to the diameter, that is 50 mm. So I am going to write a circle of diameter 50 mm. A bigger circle, etc. It becomes easy for us. So we will have a circle of diameter 50 mm. Mark the center O. Divide the circle into 8 equal parts, as we have done in the first problem. Let us mark this as O, O1. The vertex or apex and the center, mark this as A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. So I have divided the circle having diameter equal to 50 mm, which I marked as 550. 5 indicates the diameter of the base. So 50 mm. And obtain the front view as usual. Get the projectors from all these 8 points A, and this point is going to be B. So this is A dash, this point is E dash, center is C dash, G dash. This point at equal distance from the end will be B comma H. So I will mark it as B dash, H dash. The last point is DF, D dash, F dash. In fact, they have to mark above the line. From the center O1 dash, I write the axis, that is O dash, O1 dash of height is equal to 50 mm. So I will just mark a line here and show this distance as, for the distance is 60, not 50. This is 60 mm height, and I join this to the end generators O dash, A dash, O dash, A dash, and all other generators OB, OH, OC, VG, etc. will be joined using thin lines. Only the extreme part of the solid, like O dash, A dash, O dash, E dash, and the base A dash, E dash should be shown using HP pencil, that is dot lines. Now you can see, friends, here the axis of the solid O1 dash, O dash O1 dash is perpendicular to HP. And here it says something about the end generator. Which is the end generator here? The last time O dash E dash is one of the end generator. So I will mark it here. This is one of the end generator. That end generator is making an angle with HP. He says the cone is resting on one of the end generator on HP. So this is the first position. In the second position, I am going to redraw this triangle O dash, A dash, E dash with O dash, E dash resting on the XY line. So I will just mark here. The triangle I have constructed here is very simple. How to get this triangle? The last point is O dash, upper point is A dash, On the other end, you have got E dash. So the end generator is now on HP, or the solid is resting end generator on HP, or the solid is resting on one generator, one of the end generator on HP. Mark the other generators. First of all, the axis, these generators, thin line, thin line. So the uppermost point is A dash, then comes B dash, H dash. You should not go wrong here when marking. This is O1 dash, C dash, G dash. This is D dash, F dash. So this is D dash, F dash. So this is figure number 2. The figure number 2 is the replica or photocopy of figure number 1. So here O dash E dash is this length, O dash A dash is this length, A dash E dash. So figure is reconstructed. You can see now I had this solid resting on its base on HP. I got different with the triangle and the top with the circle. Then I have made the solid to rest on one of the end generator. Assume this as the one of the end generator. It is going to rest on HP on one of the end generators. Friends, it's very obvious that since the object is resting on one of the end generators, you know these pyramids and also this cone, the complete base of the solid, which was a circle before, appears in the top view as an ellipse. It becomes an ellipse in the top view. So let's see how to get the top view of the solid. So let's get the points one by one and mark them. Look here, line, vertical line from A, horizontal line from A. The point of intersection is A. Like the end point, vertical line from E, horizontal line from E. This point is E. This G, vertical line from here, it will come exactly in the center. A horizontal line from here. This point is G. Bottom point, horizontal line from here, and the same vertical line through this, you will get the point C. So in between you will have B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. So assume we have got all those points. I am joining by a full circle because the complete base of the solid, that is the circle, is seen as an ellipse in the top view. So this is the axis. So just there is no place to mark, hence I am just marking only this O. All the points are also there. If you want, you can mark them here. This is H and G. H will come here and G will come here. So you have got all those points will be there. That can be easily worked out. So the vertex O or the apex O is here. Horizontal from here. Just draw a tangent to that. You get this. And this is how the solid appears when it is resting on one of the end generator on HP. We have the vertex O here. Center of the base is O1. And now we can say that O1, the axis of the solid, is parallel to VP, whereas it is inclined at an angle to HP since it is resting on one of the end generators. So friends, again, just to remind you, figure number 1 and this figure number 2, they are identical. What are the dimension this figure has got? Same is now transferred here. Now you have got the top view for the second position of the object. He says, draw the projection so that the axis appears to be inclined at 30 degrees to VP. Friends, I will mark here for your kind information. This is axis OO, this is parallel to VP. But he says it has to be at an angle of 30 degrees to VP. It appears to be inclined. When they say appears to be inclined, there is no need to take. It is only appears to be means. So remember, whenever they say in the problem of any of the solid, if they say top view of the axis is inclined to VP or axis appears to be inclined to VP, in both the cases, whatever the previous top view have got, that has to be redrawn at the given inclination to VP. Now OO1 is parallel to VP. He said it has to be at an angle of 30 degrees to VP. So what is that I do? I am going to redraw this figure on a line inclined at an angle of how much? 30 degrees to VP, similar to the previous problem. So I will just take a line here, construct this ellipse by the method I told you in the previous problem by enclosing this in a box. So say I am enclosing this figure in a box. So 4 points are just marked first. This box, what are the box you have got? That box is drawn there. From the center O1, I will just mark the height, join. Say I have got this curve. The full curve should be there. So this is the complete ellipse. So the points are there to you already known. Innermost is A, outermost is E, AE, other one is G, this point is C. Only 4 points are marked because there is no place left here. So on the same lines, what are the points? Other points can be marked here. So this is the top view, final top view you have got. This is figure number 3 and figure number 4 is exactly identical. This is figure number 4. 3 and 4 are photocopies. So after getting this figure, now finally I should get the top view, sorry, the front view of the solid. How to get that? This is our vertex O. The procedure is very simple. It's in the base of the solid. See, I have drawn this figure like this. Assume that the observer is walking here. Here in this problem, the vertex or apex of the solid is nearer to VP, whereas the base of the solid is nearer to the observer. So here the complete base of the solid is visible to the observer. So get all these 8 points here and show that by another ellipse again. So another ellipse for the base in the front view. I will just draw like this. Same procedure. So mark first G and C. G is here. Vertical line from G. Horizontal line from G. This point is G. Then C. Vertical line from C. Horizontal line from C. I say here. I will get this as C. CG is obtained. And you want A for the uppermost point. Vertical line from A. So vertical line from A, horizontal line from A. The point of intersection will give you A dash. A dash is C dash. Then B, E. Vertical line from here, horizontal line from E. So you will get a point here. That point is going to be A dash. Likewise, you are going to get R remaining 4 points. Join all these points by a smooth continuous curve. All those 8, only 4 have shown. You have to join all these by a smooth curve. The center of the base is O. This is your O1. Finally, the vertex has to be obtained apex. Vertical from O, horizontal from O. They meet here. Here this as O dash. So draw a tangent to this curve. Another tangent will lie here. Now join O dash and O1 dash, which represent the axis dash dot, etc. Friends, you can see this figure in the front view represents CFV and this is the top view. Friends, you can see finally whether the solution we have got is right or wrong. How to verify? The cone has to rest on N generator. So in the final figure, O dash E dash is one of the N generator. That N generator is on HP. Next he says the axis appears to be inclined at 30 degrees to VP. In the second position, the axis was parallel to VP. Now we have made that axis at an angle of 30 degrees to VP. So this will give you the complete solution of the problem. Thank you.